Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna Nair. And here basically we are discussing about the topic that is the uh, one story basically we have taken of Haryana, Gujarat, and Vadodara and Vasna Road. How basically that person basically was attacked, and that time basically he was giving some seminar, and that time basically around 2,500 girls basically attacked to him. Like this basically like this the story basically got generated. Now basically we have taken example that when the story was getting this type of story basically was getting generated, that time basically anybody was there basically who was capturing, assume that basically some of the satellite basically was capturing, but they were ignoring him. They were not, they were basically somebody from earth planet basically told them that ignore that person, basically he's doing time pass. So like this group basically told that basically he is doing time pass. So that group basically told that basically ignore that particular person basically. Now basically what happens? The planet basically which was moving, and this 5 crore people, 5 crore human clone basically when it was generating the energy, that time the planet basically moved from that side. That time basically the 3 crore planet basically, sorry, 3 lakh planet basically moved past that time only basically. That planet actually has captured that person's story basically. And here basically what happened, the 5 crore people basically was having the generation of the data, energy data basically, which project manager told that basically up to what level the things are basically are there, and that basically I'm thinking some group basically connected to the me basically, assume that some group connected to me, and they also basically got my story, and then basically they also thought here basically are which type of people are there, people basically in Mumbai city are basically which type of people basically Vadodara software companies are. Like this basically they also told basically. So like this every story basically got generated. Now basically what happened? When the Earth planet was moving to certain side basically, that time basically that 3 lakh planet basically has captured that story basically. Now basically this 5 crore people basically who generated the energy basically, that time the Earth planet was supposed to move that side. That time basically this people basically energy is going to generate. So that basically when the Earth planet moved that time basically, that time exact that time only basically the 3 lakh planet also basically was passing there. So what are the things basically going to happen basically? Any basically attraction is going to happen, or basically 5 crore people basically who are these 5 crore? One person told that basically, do you know basically the fingerprints basically there is one concept called fingerprints. Then he told that yes basically these fingerprints basically day by day basically the design basically are getting changed. Do you know basically that? Then he told that yes basically I know. How basically that design is getting changed? How the blood cells basically are connected with the fingerprints design? When you do the thumb basically in the any company basically, that time they have the machine, right? When that machine, when the thumb basically goes to that machine, then only basically the person, then only the basically the door opens. Then only basically the door opens, right? So unique identification is that thumb. So he told that basically that 5 crore people basically which is generated, is that connected with the thumb basically? That fingerprints data basically. Then he told that basically how basically that thumb data basically is getting created here. This 5 crore people basically has generated data. Then it told us yes, basically they have generated the data. They have passed the data also basically. That means if this data is basically successfully generated, that means the Earth planet is going to pass from that area, right? Yes, going to pass from the area. So that means basically some design has generated there basically, or some design is going to generate there. So whatever design basically, that is the universe design basically, that design is connected with this blood cells and the finger basically, this fingerprint basically. Then he told that that basically only universe group basically can do here, and the World Health Organization and the World Bank basically can give this. They only basically can give, but they are not connected with the universe, right? Then how they can give basically the answer? How basically then they can give the answer basically? Then he told, then basically who can give the answer basically? Then he told that basically the World Bank basically, because they are spending the money, na? Or basically you can say World Health Organization basically, or basically World Blood Bank basically groups. So they told that basically yes, basically they can give the return. So one person told that basically this 5 crore people basically are generating this data basically. Then one person actually got impressed here basically. Wow, basically we never thought this here basically. So you want to say that software company basically are connected up to that universe, that 5 crore people level also basically. Oh, that means in future basically this type of thumb data is going to come, design is going to change. That data is also tested by certain groups or not. And he told that basically. But these 5 crore people are there now. But their 5 crore people don't have that new thumb data basically. And the new blood cells basically, which is going to generate after a certain time when that planet basically has moved from that side, and this energy basically is going to dump there, and there basically the universe group are going to create something that is basically give us one design, and that design is going to capture this data basically, going to capture this data. So this data is going to merge this that universe basically when it's going to create some planets and lots of them basically. That time basically the Earth planet basically is going to generate some blood cells from that on the base of that universe basically. Then the design is going to create. So he basically got here basically really basically it's like that or what basically just basically it's very dangerous basically. Yeah. Thing basically just now you told. Really this is like that or basically things are basically something different. Now here this is the normal thing basically when that one person told that basically. The main thing is basically when the 3 lakh planet basically who basically captured that 5 times 6 times basically Sunil R. Nair visited the job or and basically his head was damaged by the 2500 girls basically 2500 girls basically has damaged that head basically and I also basically that time basically which all planets basically were there who basically captured the information basically which all basically the planets basically captured the information basically which all planet basically captured the information. The question basically was perfect ekdam very dangerous basically ekdam chakas, but actually there was no software basically which will verify this basically whether this is correct or not basically. Even basically number one software company also basically was not having this software basically, which will verify and say basically this is correct or wrong basically. Then he told that basically one satellite basically there are a few satellite group basically who basically says that basically this software is going to be created in Earth planet. So they are very confident that basically this satellite this software is 100% going to create in the Earth planet. But still basically the idea basically of that software basically has not dumped in the Earth planet. So just see basically. That means that software basically 100% that group basically satellite group basically might be 100% might be having na, basically because this is common thing basically. This is basically the common thing basically. This is basically the common thing basically. So one person basically told that yes, yeah, basically it might be 100% correct basically. This might be 100% correct. So that universe basically area is going to create, but when it is going to create basically, then he told that basically few people says that basically one day basically lots of basically planets gets creates. Then he told that basically how basically that is possible. Then he told that basically human energy basically is so powerful that it can create basically. Then basically the person basically was very shocked basically. How basically that is possible basically. Then into that he told that basically certain after certain time basically the uh, after certain time basically the data is going to create and the blood cells is going to come, and that basically design is going to create in the thumb basically, and then basically the software of the thumb basically will get changed. This thumb basically gets changed. Then basically he told that basically this happens periodically or basically, then he told that basically 5 crore people basically are there, right? They are going to generate universe area. They are going to generate universe area, right? Then like this basically many group basically might have created this basically. Like this basically few people says that basically many university basically have their human clones. Then the person basically means he basically listened this word basically that many big university basically have their own human clones basically. That means one person told that basically Harvard University have its human clones. Oxford basically have their human clones. MS University basically have its human clone. Then he told that basically Sardar Patel University basically have its human clones. Delhi University basically have its human clones. Then basically he told that basically yes basically have their human clones basically. So like this each and every human clone basically are getting generated, and it's generating some design in the universe basically. But here the question is same basically. Is anything going to affect basically? For example, one person, I will take myself example. I visited 5 times basically in Mumbai, and in 5 times basically when I visited, that time basically when basically I visited 5 times to 6 times to Mumbai. That time basically I had not got job, and that time basically 3 lakh planet basically has captured that data basically. So anything is going to happen or not going to happen? That question basically was there. To that basically the thumb data which is going to create. That basically was actually the question here basically. There actually no medical basically group basically have this answer basically. Even basically the universe group basically told that basically we have to think that we have to think basically this. We have to think basically when the Earth planet basically is going to move the inside basically. This story basically is going to create any problem or basically it's not going to create problem. And if basically one of the universe person basically was totally mad basically. He told that basically if you finish the entire Earth planet, then basically it's going to create any problem. Then basically one of the person told that basically the data basically it's already merged with the 200 crore planets. Then basically the universe group basically told that basically we need Earth planet people also basically in universe basically, which they basically say that basically you generate the stories basically in the Earth planet. You basically generate those stories in the Earth planet, and you control the story basically. So that basically each and every story will be captured by us. So that basically not a single story is going to be missed. Like this basically the universe basically groups told that basically this concept basically we started in universe basically by hiring Earth planet people in universe basically. Like this basically many people are basically there in universe also basically. Like this many people are basically are there in universe basically. Like south, north people, east, west, many people basically are there, and they are only generating the stories. Basically. Like this, basically, person basically was shocked here, basically. But the question still was there. The story which 6 times basically, it's going to create problem or basically it's not going to. That story still basically one person told that it will create, one person told that it will not create. So which basically might be correct. That's then basically one person told that basically When you were basically in 5 to 6 time in Mumbai, na, that time basically which power company basically was taking the data. If we have that data basically, then basically it would be fine. Then he told that basically let me find the log file. Yeah, basically when you went there to Mumbai, it's very dangerous data basically. Then one of the people told that basically government basically just flushed the data basically. They don't give any proof. Then they told that basically they basically flushed, but satellite group basically never flushed the data. They have the proof basically that you have visited 6 time in Mumbai and not given the job. So that basically we will take data from there basically and let me check basically how many planets basically were moving basically that time basically when you visited the Mumbai. Yeah, it's going to affect or basically that basically universe group also basically told that basically this is very serious matter basically which has ongoing which basically has captured actually which actually captured when the current assume that currently basically when I am sitting here basically and telling this that time basically 3 lakh 5,000 planets are going moving basically near the earth planet, just taking as an example basically it can be basically 35,000 also 3 lakh 5,000 also basically any number basically it can be. So some damage basically happened and so this is going to affect to any energy or basically immediate effect is going to happen basically that all thing also basically somebody told that basically. Immediate effect basically is going to happen basically that something has damaged basically something damage basically has started and he told that basically let me think basically this has basically came to very serious matter. Yeah, basically let me see basically how many basically uh, power supply company basically was connected when you basically visited to Mumbai basically 6 time. Let me see basically. So in next video basically we are going to see that basically what actually that person basically saw in the satellite basically and how many planets basically were connected with that time basically and how many uh, power company was connected that time. So in next video we are going to see this only.